Temperatures 9 to 12 Celsius for most of us, and with the lack of sunshine it will be fairly chilly. That pushes away as we go into Monday, and then showers follow, so a showery day on Monday. The wind's still coming in from a northwesterly direction. Further outbreaks of rain likely across western areas, but in between there will be some sunny spells trying to develop and temperatures a little higher, and it stays mixed through next week with further rain and showers at times, temperatures near average.
Today, clouds overhead, total zen within. Box Solar sponsors the weather on GB News.
It's the final week to see how you can become our biggest winner this year. First, you could be driving away with this brand new Benamar Primera motorhome. This luxury vehicle comfortably sleeps 4, has its own fitted kitchen and bathroom areas, and comes complete with fitted awning and bicycle rack. And that's not all, as we'll also give you a whopping £30,000 in tax-free cash to spend however you like. For another chance to win, text WIN to 63225. One entry costs £2.50 plus one standard network rate message, or text BONUS to 63225. 5 entries cost £5 plus one standard network rate message. Go to gbnews.com/win. Entries start at £2.50. Call 0903 686 3232. Calls cost £2.50 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and number to GB16 PO Box 8690 Derby DE1 9TT. UK only. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 4 p.m. on the 31st of October. Please check the closing time if listening or watching on demand.
Westminster's full of talk, but out here, it's the real world.
Am I allowed to talk then?
No, that's it. This is where it matters. Real people and real lives. That's what politics is all about.
In fact, has Trump made a good start? No.
Straight answers, no spin, and just a couple of pints.
How many fingers have I got up? About 10.
So join me for Lee Anderson's Real World every Friday at 7 p.m. only on GB News. The People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Join me, Nana Akweer, for an informative, interactive news programme with a difference. It's fun.
No, he didn't say that, Dave.
I'm so surprised.
I think there's an element of truth to that.
Join me from 3 p.m. every weekend, only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
You want to know what's really going on in the corridors of power? Labour don't know what to do with you half the time, and that makes you quite lethal in the chamber. Get behind the headlines with Chopper's political podcast. Join me, Christopher Hope, as I sit down with the great and the good of British politics. We'll see where this ruling takes us. These are the stories shaping our nation. Chopper's political podcast, available now on all platforms. Listen in and stay ahead.
No matter the state it's in, this is our nation. Join me, Jacob Rees-Mogg, for a genuine, honest discussion on where we have been, where we are going, and where we are with the people who set the direction. Tune in to State of the Nation every Monday to Thursday, 8 to 9 o'clock, only on GB News.
At GB News, we love to hear from you, our loyal community. So drop us a line at gbnews.com/yoursay. There, you can talk to each other and also to the presenters live on air. gbnews.com/yoursay, because GB News is your channel, Britain's news channel.
Yes, it's Saturday night, and this is the Saturday 5, the UK's biggest Saturday night TV show. Yes, I am indeed Guy Wilshaw, along with Will Kingston, Lizzie Cundy, Cressida Wetton and Trey Lowe. Tonight on the show,
we'll be answering your questions in Ask the Five, plus...
We're constantly calling the children of famous parents Nepo babies. Give the kids a chance.
Do Nepo babies deserve a chance?
And a woman has broken a world record with a hula hoop. What kind of activity was she using it for?
We'll find that as we go through our most uplifting stories of this week in High Five Plus.
I'm here fighting for public education for my children. They deserve so much better than what they're getting right now.
We will show you the last of our fresh batch of triggered tantrums. It's 8 p.m. and this is the Saturday 5 Extra. Yes, indeed. Welcome to the Saturday 5 Extra. And sorry for that weird smile I did right at the end of that introduction. Well, that was a bit weird. Anyway, we'll be bringing you...
Are you assuming that you look normal the rest of the time?
Yes, I do. Well, actually, there was a message from Jack Tarrow who said, ask the 5, could you please ask Dr. Renee when she's next in to give Kai a checkup, as he always looks very pasty. Well, don't think that's very nice, but this is the show where you get doctors' checkups and the biggest debates, the hottest topics. And entertaining interviews, of course. We want to hear your views. We haven't had so many Ask the 5, but they have been streaming in, so we'll get to those shortly. But send any other views and post your comments by visiting gbnews.com/your-say. Get your questions in for Ask the 5 and put them in the comment Ask the 5 so we know to come to them. But before we start tearing each other apart, it's your Saturday Night News with Aaron Armstrong.
Thank you very much. Good evening to you. 2 minutes past 8 here in the GB newsroom. The Metropolitan Police is urging a migrant sex offender to turn himself in, having been mistakenly released from prison on Friday. Harish Kibatu boarded a train from Chelmsford to Stratford yesterday afternoon. Police say he's taken a number of trains in London since and has access to funds. Kibatu was freed weeks after being convicted of the assault of a woman and a 14-year-old girl while staying at the Bell Hotel in Epping, which sparked nationwide protests. The Prime Minister says his accidental release is totally unacceptable. MP for Chelmsford, Marie Goldman, is calling for a public inquiry.
It shouldn't even be possible to blame just one person for the accidental release of a prisoner. It should be a full system that's in place to make sure that doesn't happen. It shouldn't be possible for this, 262 people released early by mistake, over the course of the past year or so. That is completely unacceptable, and it is an example of a system that is totally broken. So yes, there are things that we need to put in place straight away, but we also need to understand exactly what went wrong here.
The newly elected Deputy Leader of the Labour Party says division and hate are on the rise and has pledged to stand alongside the Prime Minister to win the fight. Lucy Powell won 54% of the vote to beat the Education Secretary Bridget Phillipson just weeks after being sacked from Sir Keir Starmer's cabinet. She replaces Angela Rayner, who stepped down over her tax affairs last month. In a victory speech, Ms Powell said she will try to wrestle back the political megaphone from Reform UK and says Labour must focus on delivering its message.
We have to offer hope, to offer the big change the country's crying out for. We must give a stronger sense of our purpose, whose side we're on, and of our Labour values and beliefs. That's what I've heard loudly and clearly around the country these last few weeks. As Deputy, my job will be to bring those voices to the heart of our party.
The independent candidate Catherine Connolly has been declared the 10th President of Ireland after a landslide election victory.
I hereby declare Catherine Connolly elected to the office of President of Ireland.
The left-wing candidate won 63% of the vote. That was more than double that of the government's pick, Heather Humphreys, who earlier conceded defeat. The 68-year-old, who was backed by an alliance of left-wing opposition parties, enjoyed the support of many younger voters. She'll replace Michael D. Higgins, who's held the largely ceremonial role since 2011, and she's vowed to be a voice for peace during her presidency, which runs for 7 years. And many voters, though, appear to have used the election to voice frustrations over issues including immigration, with around 178,000 spoiled ballots. Donald Trump says he'd like to meet the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un on his upcoming trip to Asia. The US president will visit Japan, Malaysia and South Korea for talks with a number of world leaders, including China's Xi Jinping. He's likely to face challenging trade negotiations, though, after the imposition of sweeping tariffs earlier this year. In 2019, Trump became the first sitting US president to set foot on North Korean soil when he went across the demilitarized zone. That was for a meeting with a leader he previously referred to as Rocket Man. But he says contacting North Korea's secluded society is challenging.
The last time I met you, and I put it out over the internet that I'm coming to South Korea. If he'd like to meet, I'm open to it, certainly. We had a very... Yeah, I'd do it. And if you want to put out the word, I'm open to it. You know, they don't have a lot of telephone service. They have a lot of nuclear weapons, but not a lot of telephone service. So I'm open to it. I had a great relationship with him. And he probably knows I'm coming, right?
Now, more than £250,000 of illegal weight loss drugs have been seized from a warehouse in Northampton. Police say tens of thousands of empty injector pens, raw chemical ingredients and large amounts of cash were found during a 2-day raid. Wes Streeting, the Health Secretary, has described the setup as shameless and dangerous. He's warned people not to buy weight loss injections from unregulated sources. Finally, parents in the UK are being urged to vaccinate their kids against flu over half-term, as health officials are warning the virus can spread like wildfire. England's Chief Nursing Officer Duncan Burton says flu's hit early this year with a worrying rise in cases amongst children. Pop-up clinics will be available at fire stations and bowling alleys, and children can also get the jab at a local pharmacy. Those are your headlines. I'll be back with more at 9.
Oh, yes, welcome back to the Saturday 5 Extra. And we've got quite a new lineup. Obviously, you know me, Kai Wilshaw. They've put a lefty in charge. It's going so well in the country with the Labour government.
Standards are slipping on the channel, aren't they?
Oh, no, I wouldn't say that. Also, who do we have here? We actually had a question asked the 5. Where is Cresta tonight? Where is Cresta tonight?
Where is she? I'm here.
Here she is.
I'm here. I've got
here she is.
It's all going very well.
Looking great and matching me in my green as well. I like this.
Very nice.
You've been studying today, haven't you, Cresta?
Yes.
What are you studying?
I can read.
And with that,
I would hope so.
Good to clarify. Now, what are you studying?
I'm studying. I don't want to tell. I'm studying journalism. It's a mistake. I didn't.
What?
You learn to read only to actually do something that's a mistake.
That's correct.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I also do want to apologise to the other woman on the panel. I've been told off for speaking over you, Lizzie, and you think that I've been calling you a grifter, but that's not the case.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
Grifter, and there's only one grifter I know, which is, of course, the Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
And if you look up the word grifter, you'll know it is definitely not me.
No,
I'm not a grifter.
and that wasn't what I said. I was talking about other people, don't worry. Now, let's move on. I know you have finally been getting all your questions in for us, which means it's time for this. It's time to have your say and ask the 5. And our first question is from Craig.
The Renters' Right Bill has had its final reading in Parliament this week. Do you actually think it's going to help people on the rental market, or will there be more rogue landlords that are going to avoid all the new legislation?
Yeah, so this is, of course, the Labour government's brought in the Renters' Rights Bill. I think it was initially a Tory plan. Do people think it's actually going to help renters in this country? And I'm going to actually ask you, Trey, what do you make of all this?
Probably not. I think those good landlords like myself and people in my family were always going to be good landlords, and the bad ones are just going to go deeper underground. I think it's just going to add more bureaucracy, more red tape. It's going to make it harder for small landlords like myself to actually make a living out of it. And what you're going to see is these big corporate landlords, and my God, these guys sit above the politicians. Good luck with making things better for renters when they take control.
Presumably, Cresta, you rent in London, is that right? I mean,
I'm a property owner as of December.
Are you?
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. I'm
party.
Oh my gosh, I'm surrounded.
It's not really big enough for a party. It's more of a sort of cupboard in. But I'm thinking about letting it one day, and this just tells me this is not a good idea. It's not going to add properties to the market. It's going to make people like me panic and go, oh, I don't know how to do it. It looks too dodgy. I'm not going to do it. Is it right that in Argentina, didn't they try and introduce this and the housing? Well, they removed it maybe, and the housing stock like doubled. There were more properties available, something like that. It's a disaster.
It's a disaster.
Yeah, I find it so darkly funny that we started this government by saying the defining mission is growth. Let's go for growth.
Yeah.
And since then, everything they do is anti-growth.
Yeah. Lizzie, are the Labour anti-landlords?
Yeah, they are. I really hate the way Labour always portray landlords as these
bad
evil
guys.
baddies.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so nasty, these landlords. No, they're not. A lot of them are very honest and good. You know, and giving a service. And I'm afraid, you know, it's really tough at the minute. We've got a housing crisis. I've got two boys in their 20s trying to get on the property ladder. It's a nightmare.
Good luck. Yeah.
And
Good
renting
luck.
in London.
Yeah, well, that's the point, isn't it? I think so many people in this country are sick and tired of not being able to get on the housing ladder, and they are looking for somebody to blame. But unfortunately, there are landlords who take the mickey a little bit, aren't there?
Absolute minority of landlords are actually like that. Most of them are decent.
I don't think they're able to, because the market finds its price, doesn't it? And so there's this idea now that you're going to be able to challenge it if you think that your rent is above the market price. But surely it just finds its level.
Well, thank you. So someone on the panel who understands basic economics.
All right. Give it a rest, you. Give it a rest, you, because we're now going to hear from David. Let's go to David.
Good afternoon, panels. David from Watford here. When Trump was elected, one of the pledges was he would end the Ukraine-Russian war. Obviously, it's not happened. And he's gone from thinking that Putin was a great statesman at did, and Zelensky isn't, and he's reversing. What do you, the panel, think Trump can do to force peace in Ukraine?
Yes, well, this has been on lots of people's minds, hasn't it? What can Trump actually do to force peace in Ukraine, Will? It's a big old question.
Yeah, no, just a simple one. Simple answer. Look, I've said on this show that I think overwhelmingly Trump has been incredibly successful in terms of foreign policy. I think there's some substantial wins there. Ukraine and Russia is obviously the unresolved war. The short answer, as I waffle on, is I don't know. But the slightly longer answer is that you've just got to keep applying pressure. I think at the moment there are still more that can be done in terms of sanctions. But really, where I think he will probably get to is just pulling out and saying it's no longer our problem.
Yeah.
Well, look, I mean, Putin responds to strength, you know, and I think Trump has just got to keep on being strong, no nonsense, the way he has. Yeah. I think he should have got the Nobel Peace Prize. I really do. Trump's done amazing stuff.
He's
he's the only one that could bring Putin to the table. Biden didn't do it. Keir Starmer, well, he's like a bollard with eyes. He can't do anything. I mean, Trump is the only one that could help this terrible war which we all want to end.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I mean, one thing that is clear is Putin responds to strength, and that Trump has been able to, take a completely different tone on this crisis to Joe Biden. Trey, how do you see this playing out now? I mean, people are sick and tired of this, and Trump does tend to get a bit bored of things that don't go his way, doesn't he?
I'm going to have a little bit more of a controversial view of this, guys, right? So in my opinion, Ukraine should have been treated like Switzerland. It should have just been a neutral country. Because if you were Putin, you're thinking, this is an existential threat. You've got a country right next to me that could be joining NATO. I'm not going to have it. In the same way you couldn't do it in Canada, you couldn't do it in Mexico, right? So declare them neutral. Draw the borders at where it is right now. Maybe have free elections for those people who believe they are more towards Russia, the Russian-speaking regions, and actually have some people that are dedicated to peace. I actually think Trump is more so than the European Union. For some reason, they seem much more dedicated to perpetuate the war and all of us suffer. There doesn't really seem to be a partner for peace. You can't push Putin. What's he going to do if you push him all the way? What's he going to do?
What would you say then to those who say that that sets a precedent for Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, all these countries that were traditionally part of the Soviet Union that Russia sees as its birthright, that then would be fair game under your proposal?
I honestly think that if Russia thinks it's strong enough to actually really take on the might of NATO, it's stupid, and I don't think Putin's stupid. I think just send one message with Ukraine. Just leave Ukraine alone, make it neutral and be done. Russia would never attack these NATO countries. It will be annihilated within the space of a couple of weeks, but its only response will be a nuclear response, and that's what our politicians are not responsible for. Why are you pushing them?
I'll grant you that is a controversial view. Cresta, what do you make of that?
Well, I've read that Trump is now going to talk to Xi Jinping about this, try and get him involved. So that's reassuring, isn't it? He thinks he's such a charmer, he can ask the Chinese to step in.
Look, I kind of like...
This is he's trying to do something.
Wait. Will's going to agree with me, maybe?
Well, yeah, kind of.
Oh, wow, let's hear it.
It's an impossible situation, because when you've got a leader in Putin who doesn't care how many of his citizens he throws into the meat grinder...
There you go.
...and he's got nuclear weapons...
There you go.
It's like... You're just never going to get to the outcome that you want.
There you go.
That's the sad reality.
And it's just a pragmatic approach.
Well, we've got lots more questions, and I do want to get to them here because we did encourage you all to write in. Charles asks, as Christmas is rapidly approaching, I wonder how the five celebrate Christmas. Lizzie, you must have a very glamorous Christmas indeed.
I like the warmth. I try to get away at Christmas if I can.
Oh, do
Get
you?
one of my bikinis and just have a bit of downtime, because I work hard through the year. I'm not
Posh
grifter.
Christmas.
And I've
Barbados?
been asked to go away, possibly Barbados.
Barbados, that's where all the lovelies go.
I get asked to go away, so I may do that.
Lovely. You get some warmth. Will, do you go over to Oz for some warmth?
Sorry, I'm still a bit lost after thinking about Lizzie in a bikini in Barbados.
As I'm sure many of the viewers are in a...
What was the question again? It was
what do you do for Christmas?
Yes.
Cold shower.
Or
who?
I think GB News knows that my family...
Excuse me.
Oh, come on. We like to have a bit of fun on the Saturday Five.
Kai, you're not even drinking and you said it.
I think the GB News knows that my family are on the other side of the world and I will have no one on Christmas, and they know that Patrick Christie's has a new baby and he wants to spend his time there, so I will be filling in for Patrick on Christmas Day and on Boxing Day, so we'll catch me there, ladies and gentlemen.
Well done.
Have your turkey.
Love it.
And veggies. And put us on in the background. It'll be a must-watch show.
I thought after getting rid of Alex, we wouldn't have any plugs for other shows. Very quickly, Trey and Cresta, what do you do?
Well, I did that. I was sitting where you were with Lewis Schaefer next to me last year, so that was a peak stress. So this year I'm just going to sit at home and drink.
Very nice. Very good. I could highly recommend just sitting at home and drinking.
I have to admit I've been a fellow lovey because I've actually gone to Barbados and gone to Ashley Table's incredible parties. Incredible parties, I have to admit, in Barbados. But I think, you know, now it's just spending it with my parents. Both my mum and dad both have Parkinson's disease. I look after them and I never know when it's going to be their very last Christmas. My thing is just simple, at home with my family, having a lovely Christmas.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Brilliant. Well, if you can't afford quite to go to Barbados, this is your chance to win the biggest prize of the year in the Great British Giveaway, because there's 1 week left to get your entry in and you could drive away with a brand new motorhome and £30,000 in tax-free cash. How about that?
How about that?
Here's all the details you need for the chance to make it yours.
It's the final week to see how you can become our biggest winner this year with a prize worth over £104,000. First, you could be driving away with this brand new Benamar Primera motorhome. Worth over £74,000, this luxury vehicle comfortably sleeps 4, has its own fitted kitchen and bathroom areas, and comes complete with fitted awning and bicycle rack. And that's not all, as we'll also give you a whopping £30,000 in tax-free cash to spend however you like. Someone is guaranteed to win our biggest prize to date, so make sure that winner could be you. For another chance to win, text WIN to 63225. One entry costs £2.50 plus one standard network rate message, or text BONUS to 63225. 5 entries cost £5 plus one standard network rate message. Go to gbnews.com/win. Entries start at £2.50. Call 0903 686 3232. Calls cost £2.50 plus your network access charge, or post your name and number to GB16 PO Box 8690 Derby DE1 9TT. UK only. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 4 p.m. on the 31st of October. The winner will be contacted live on GB News, week commencing 10th November. Please check the closing time if listening or watching on demand. Good luck.
And coming up soon,
we're constantly calling the children of famous parents Nepo babies. Give the kids a chance.
We've already heard about the smallest violins in the world. Do Nepo babies deserve a chance? Well, that's obviously what Victoria Beckham thinks. We'll debate that in our entertaining interview next.
From the school run to the home run, watch a new show for all of Britain.
He can say whatever he wants.
A straight-talking show where all voices are heard.
And, you know, when are we going to stop talking about smashing the gangs and actually do it?
With the stories that matter from every part of our country.
There's a bit of a crash landing there for your Chancellor.
Bold, fearless and standing up for you. That's me, Martin Daubney, 3 p.m. till 6 p.m, weekdays, here only on GB News. The People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
I'm Michelle Dewberry and this is GB News, Britain's news channel.
GB News Breakfast, every day from 6 a.m.
TfL are actually encouraging people to take their cats on the tube. Presumably, they want more people to travel on the tube, and they're saying let them relax on the floor during the trip. Bring some toys with them and so on. It does say they have to have them in a harness or on a leash, so they're not being completely irresponsible, if you like. And we've now got a response from the Cats Protection charity, who say it was shocking and warned that such travelling conditions would be hugely stressful for the animals.
Oh, for goodness sake, what is wrong with them? How are people supposed to get anywhere if you've got a pet, for example, that you're transporting? You have to have a car. Do you know what? My dog loves public transport so much that if a bus stops when I'm chatting to somebody and the door's open, on a couple of occasions he's just popped himself on a lead, and I have to, you know, luckily, thank goodness we still have drivers in vehicles, you know, they're not driverless vehicles, because, you know, they spot this dog and go, excuse me, mate, you haven't got a bus pass.
There's a famous dog from the past from Lewis who used to nip on a train go around the southern region on a train and get back to Lewis in the evening, just on his own.
Yeah, because they're sociable creatures, aren't they? Lots of them like it. I think the issue with the TfL stuff is the fact they're showing these rucksacks, because they're a bit controversial, aren't they? Or the front sacks they've got there, where the cats are kind of inside.
Catastrophe.
Very good, Norman. I think that's what people take issue with. Although one of my friends has one of these cat rucksacks, and the cat absolutely loves it, always hopping in there.
You see, I think that's the...
I think it depends on the cat.
It does depend.
What about other animals? Can you take snakes on, for example?
No, thank you. Snakes on a train.
Love it. Yeah, new film.
I think so.
GB News, the People's Channel.
Bold. They are under no illusion. Ray. Are you a human trafficker? Boundless. I've had enough of the nonsense, and I'm not afraid to say it. Don't get us on the BBC. Every weeknight, I tear through the headlines. The smell of gasoline. Should we be worried about it? From Westminster madness to cultural war chaos. What I'm going to do now is they are throwing things out the car as we speak. Get ready, Britain. Here we go. Patrick Christie's tonight, weeknights from 9 p.m, only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
Yeah, welcome back to the Saturday 5. Well, Lizzie, do that again. That was lovely, because we
a little toast.
have a little toast together. They've been topped up.
We've been wanting to do a show together for some time. It is lovely.
For a long time. We've now bonded, and I'm going to watch him while I'm on the beach in Barbados. I'll watch him
And
Christmas Day on the app.
And he'll probably be watching you on the beach.
We don't. The viewers and certainly I don't want to hear how Will was going to finish that sentence.
I think that is a perfectly reasonable thing to say, Kai. The first reasonable thing you've ever said.
They have indeed been inseparable in the break. Trying to keep them apart is impossible. Please do get in touch at gbnews.com/your say with any additional questions, comments you might have. Thank you very much for all those messages so far, but I think we all want to know why Victoria Beckham has been speaking out for Nepo children. Let's have a listen.
We're constantly calling the children of famous parents Nepo babies. Give the kids a chance. It's not their fault, you know. And I think to just give the kids a chance, and our kids are genuinely all really good, sweet, kind human beings. You know, being kind is so important. Hardworking. They don't expect anything to just happen.
Some of you with an elephantine memory might remember this.
First, sausage.
Sausage. Yes, come on, Brooklyn. Oh, yeah. Look at all that meat. I wonder, yes, pork on pork. Come on. Okay.
The wonders
are elephants the ones with good memories or bad memories?
Good memories, so we're told, but there's no way of telling. I mean, will the wonders never cease with the Beckhams, right? Like, that was in that video we just saw. Victoria Beckham's son, Brooklyn, who's an aspiring chef, not inspiring, teaching people how to make a sausage sandwich. Goodness me. Well, to discuss this even more than we have already, I am pleased to welcome entertainment journalist Nelson Aspen. Nelson, should we give Nepo babies a chance?
I absolutely think so, and any supportive parent should encourage that. I'm the son of a doctor, and I guarantee you if Nelson Sr. had thought I could be a physician as opposed to an entertainment journalist, he would have done anything in his power to promote that. And I'm telling you, if Brooklyn or Romeo or Cruz or Harper Beckham has a problem with being perceived as a Nepo baby, all they need to do is change their surname. However, I would point out that you have a great many success cases. An Angelina Jolie, a Gwyneth Paltrow, a Jane Fonda, and the list goes on and on. So that's the way it goes. Eventually, the child has to prove themselves, or they take the ridicule of being a Nepo baby.
Wouldn't people say, though, in response to that, having a doctor as a parent, of course, great, because you get to learn plenty. You learn plenty from what your parents did. But in this world where fame matters almost more than anything, that is the ultimate leg up in life for quite talentless individuals, isn't it?
Well, but at the end of the day, you have to have the talent as well. You look at someone like Jamie Lee Curtis. She had two famous acting parents, Janet Leigh and Tony Curtis. But she was the first one to embrace it and go with it. Lisa Marie Presley did the same thing. And then you look at Michael Jackson's kids. They've kind of tried to run away from it. And so they haven't had the same level of success that their father enjoyed. So the ball is really in the child's court. At the end of the day, they can always pull a Christina Crawford and write a Mommy Dearest tell-all book.
Let me ask you one question before I open this up to our panel. America was always known as the place where you can come from nothing and make your name something. But isn't this just an example of Hollywood making itself into almost an aristocracy of sorts like we've had here in the UK?
People love to blame Hollywood, but you could say the same thing about your royal family, or we could say the same thing about the Bush presidency legacy. Exactly. Donald Trump got his start. Donald Trump's father got him started in real estate development. And I'm telling you, if Barron Trump wants to run for office, his father's going to be the first one encouraging he campaign.
Yeah, well, I happen to agree with you. I think the US and here are aristocracies or oligopolies, depending on your perspective. Will?
It's one of the great ironies, actually, that now the US is more of an aristocracy than the UK is, but separate conversation. Yeah. There is a separate but related question here. If you've got incredibly rich parents, how do you stop your kids from turning into little brats? So I was seeing just today on social media, Gordon Ramsay makes his kids fly in economy as he goes first class. I've heard Bill Gates is pretty good with keeping it quite frugal. What examples have you heard of the parents that are pretty good with that sort of stuff and the parents that maybe are not so good in the celebrity realm?
Well, speaking of Joan Crawford, one of her great quotes was, "Discipline mixed with love is such a good recipe." And that applies to all parenting. So parents of all ilk, especially celebrities, especially the uber wealthy, would do well to teach their children values as they're growing up. And I'm very delighted that our Secretary of Health, Robert Kennedy Jr., was caught flying economy coach class on a recent flight this week. So no private jets for him, unlike the very green activists like Leo DiCaprio. He's on a private jet.
Yeah, Lizzie, private jets or easy jets?
Every time. But I've got to say, I really agree with what you say, giving sympathy to Nepo babies, because in some sense, I'm not in the league of, obviously, Victoria Beckham and David.
Close.
But my two sons are Nepo babies, and my eldest son changed his surname because he didn't want to get the link. He wanted to be in his own right. So he took my maiden name. So I can understand and have sympathy for David Beckham. Their children.
Yeah. Trey, what do you make of this? I mean, you've been in the entertainment industry. Have you seen people get a leg up and you're thinking, hang on, I want that too?
Oh, absolutely. Hell yeah. Especially in the music industry. You've seen that. But actually, people have covered my question, so I'm going to ask a slightly different one, right? Isn't there, therefore, a little bit of a reason to have an element of DEI, and I know it's kind of become the bad word at the moment, just an element of it, to actually counteract the fact that inevitably there are a lot of people who get a leg up from whether it's Nepo babies or if they have some sort of connection to a fast-track system, whereas there'll be a lot of talent, potentially, that won't have that. Is there an argument for that?
I would say no. I believe in a meritocracy, and every other television show now is some kind of a talent contest or a competition show. So there are plenty of opportunities for you to prove your chops on your own merit, whether that's singing or cooking. I wouldn't recommend a sausage sandwich, but yes, I'm all for the meritocracy.
Brilliant. Cresta, do you wish you were Cresta Gervais?
Do I wish I was Cressida Gervais? No. Have you seen that bit of stand-up where he talks about what would happen to us? Absolutely not. What I want to know is, I want to know if you are a Nepo baby, if your dad is Mick Jagger or somebody completely outrageous, how do you rebel? You can't go to drugs and bad behaviour, can you? What do you do?
I think it would. I would love to see someone like a Mick Jagger's child go into the priesthood. I'd be the first one in the pew.
Brilliant. Well, Nelson, thank you so much for a fascinating conversation. It's been a good one. It's been a good
brilliant.
one. Up next, we take you through the high fives. As you know, our most uplifting stories of the week. And we'll be telling you what this bulldog has been up to. Can anybody here take a guess except for Cresta?
It's
Don't go
swimming to
anywhere.
France.
Can't wait to get in that sea.
Lovely and warm.
Just like the feeling of having great travel insurance.
All Clear Travel Insurance sponsors GB News travel destinations forecast.
It's the start of half-term for many of us, but I'm afraid there's showers and some longer spells of rain in the forecast, particularly across parts of Iberia and southeastern Europe. Portugal and Spain could see some showers as we head through into Sunday. These could be heavy, possibly thundery. A mix of sunshine and showers elsewhere across northern parts of Europe, but it is going to be feeling much cooler than of late. Some brighter spells across southern parts of France, northern Europe, but elsewhere it is going to remain unsettled. More sunshine into next week, as well as some warm temperatures.
All Clear Travel Insurance sponsors GB News travel destinations forecast.
Hello there, welcome to your latest GB News weather forecast. It's been chilly for many of us today, a cold northerly wind, and it generally stays that way tonight. And then we see cloud and rain moving in from the northwest through tomorrow. Looking at the bigger picture, low pressure sat to our east, high pressure to our west, a northerly flow bringing frequent showers to many of us. This evening, we can see them pushing southwards across England and Wales, clearing skies though behind it, so it turns quite chilly across central and northern parts of the UK overnight. But blustery around the coasts with further showers. Temperatures here 4 or 5 Celsius, but are getting close to freezing in the countryside across northern England, southern Scotland, where the winds will be lightest. But it does mean a bright start, particularly across England and Wales first thing, but Scotland seeing the cloud move in as the weather system approaches in the west, outbreaks of patchy rain, showers still on a brisk northerly flow down the eastern side of Scotland, clouding over across Northern Ireland, Sunday morning rain arriving here, showers still for western parts of Wales and England, but central and eastern parts of England are chilly but sunny start to the day, any frost patches soon clearing. And then slowly through the morning, we'll see the cloud and rain push its way slowly southeastwards, introducing the rain into the Midlands by lunchtime. Southeast England holding on to the sunshine for longest, but clouding over here through the afternoon and patchy rain arriving later. The wind still coming in from the northwest, so fairly chilly day, temperatures 9 to 12 Celsius for most of us. And with the lack of sunshine, it will be fairly chilly. That pushes away as we go into Monday, and then showers follow, so a showery day on Monday. The wind's still coming in from a northwesterly direction. Further outbreaks of rain likely across western areas, but in between there will be some sunny spells trying to develop and temperatures a little higher, and it stays mixed through next week with further rain and showers at times, temperatures near average.
You want to know what's really going on in the corridors of power? Labour don't know what to do with you half the time, and that makes you quite lethal in the chamber. Get behind the headlines with Chopper's Political Podcast. Join me, Christopher Hope, as I sit down with the great and the good of British politics. We'll see where this ruling takes us. These are the stories shaping our nation. Chopper's Political Podcast, available now on all platforms. Listen in and stay ahead.
From the school run to the home run, watch a new show for all of Britain.
So he can say whatever he wants.
A straight talking show where all voices are heard.
And, you know, when are we going to stop talking about smashing the gangs and actually do it?
With the stories that matter from every part of our country.
There's a bit of a crash landing there for your Chancellor.
Bold, fearless and standing up for you. That's me, Martin Daubney, 3 p.m. till 6 p.m. weekdays, here only on GB News. The People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Yes, welcome back to the Saturday 5 Extra. I'm the Welsh whinger, Kai Wilshaw, as you all know. We've been having some questions in the break about Will's relationship status. Will, what's going on? Queue of ladies out your door?
Yes.
There was one question that did come through. Question 1, Will, are you single? Question 2, Cressida, what about Will? Cressida is not single, unfortunately. But from what I've just heard, Lizzie very much is.
Well, there we go.
First GB wedding.
It was love at first fright. It's now time for High Five, where we discuss our favourite moments from the past week. And Will, you've got a blindness cure, don't you?
Yeah,
Tell us more.
I do actually. And this is why I do like High Five, because sometimes we can get stuck in culture wars and things like that. And yet, pretty much, from what I've heard, an unbelievable team in Moorfields Eye Centre in London have effectively cured blindness. Now, more work needs to be done, of course, but there's this... I'm not an expert on the science, but some sort of microchip that they can now put into people's eyes who were completely blind, and now they can read, they can do puzzles, all that sort of thing. With a bit more tweaking, this could end up being one of the most revolutionary medical advances in modern history, if not all of history, and it's all down to the great work of British, I guess, scientists and doctors, and so congratulations to that team. That's what a wonderful advancement.
Yeah, it's incredible. And we're going to see so much more of this as science continues to accelerate now. See, indeed, we shall. Lizzie, what do you have for us? A bit of a change of speed?
Well, I love this one because I love the hula hoop. I can actually do the hula hoop.
Crisps?
I would show you if I had one with me. But this amazing lady, Tanya Tatsward, she actually ran half a marathon doing the hula hoop, raising over like 500,000 chisels for charity, and an incredible woman. But to do that, that's a special talent. She needs to go on Britain's Got Talent, I swear. That is amazing.
I'm not being hyperbolic. That's one of the most extraordinary physical achievements I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I think it's only matched, isn't it, by that guy who did the London Marathon drinking a glass of different white wine at each mile marker.
No, he didn't.
Wow. Yes, he did.
Surely he didn't finish.
He did. He does this. I think he is a sommelier and also presumably a marathon runner.
How many miles are there? What, 20 odd?
He must have been running in circles.
Well,
look at us. We've shown ourselves up to be non-marathon runners.
26 miles.
Actually, I
believe so, yeah.
26.2.
OK, I'll give you the point 2.
10 miles is enough. It's not good for your knees or your face.
No.
10 miles is a lot.
Why not for your face?
Mind you, it's not...
It's jogger's face. You get jogger's face.
It's not the worst thing I've done to my knees on Saturday night. Cresta, what's your high five?
Unbelievable. My high five is, it's lovely. It's a story of, we're going to show the picture. We've already seen it just before the break. That gorgeous little bulldog, he's called George Bullfrog, and he fell 49 feet, this is in Jersey, and his owner, rather than scrabble down and try and get him, which I think is what I would have done, I would have panicked, they called the rescue team, and look, there they are, rescuing George Bullfrog. Isn't he cute?
Oh, a gorgeous dog.
What a
That's a hell of
cutie.
a height to fall there.
I can't believe he survived, but apparently he was fine.
So cute. A face that only a mother would love. I love it.
Oh, yes, as Churchill would say.
Some people who the parachute doesn't open, they can survive if they pass out because they just go completely relaxed, as in their body.
Yeah.
So I wonder if
he
the
does
bulldog
look
just
very
went...
relaxed.
Yeah, he does look relaxed.
It's very true, but my friend had an awful fall, but was rather tiddled. And the way he fell, because he was a bit, under
the marathon runner, by any chance?
He landed so wonderfully, as if he was sober.
It's a great...
not trying to encourage.
It's a great advert for alcoholism, really.
Well, I think the last part of this show always is. I've done the same, where I've sort of climbed down a drain pipe thinking that I'd make it, and to my dismay, I fell on my behind. Trey, Trey, get us out of this. Get us out of the gutter.
I
What do
actually
you
want
have
to hear
for us?
more about this story. So I've got the story of I'm never posh enough to announce it. Louvre. How do you say it? You posh announcer.
The Louvre.
The Louvre. So this is a story of the heist at the Louvre. And it's the German company that was behind the lift that was used. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's absolutely ingenious. They did it in broad daylight, nice and easy, you know. And it is sad, obviously, we're talking about these priceless historical heirlooms that France can never replace. They're probably in Hatton Gardens getting melted down as we speak. But I think the fact that this company could actually take it and create an ad from it is absolutely genius. And we should be able to laugh at this sort of stuff, you know? I mean, you either cry or you laugh at it. I think it's genius.
The great thing
if you're in a hurry.
They're going to be making a movie out of this, you know that?
Not much of a movie, it's just like a little ladder.
Trey,
on there.
you would have the Tower of London and the Crown Jewels robbed, and as an entrepreneur, you'd be like, oh well, they should make an advert.
It depends on where those...
selling the tools with which they did it.
Depends on where the jewels end up, though.
The great thing about this segment is it's what lifted you up over the last week, and for Trey, the theft of priceless jewellery, but then the fact that someone made an ad out of it.
Well,
really
the cherry pickers definitely lifted something up, but it wasn't my
Some of
spirit.
that jewellery was actually stolen in the first place.
Well, yeah, moving on. And on a better note for artists and creators, Ireland is, I think, making permanent its basic income scheme for artists. It's a wonderful thing. As a man who believes in the importance of culture and the importance of arts and heritage,
socialism.
unlike some, no, maybe not socialism, I do think that this is good to support artists who actually usually earn nothing but provide so much. Krista, what do you make of this? You've been in the arts realm for quite a while.
I think if you're daft enough to go into the arts, you deserve to starve to death. That's good advice.
No.
That's the truth.
To starve to death. It would be very in the spirit of these sort of artists who put everything into their craft. We don't really seem to have those types of artists anymore, do they?
No, we don't. And people like Van Gogh had this horrendous, miserable life, and then all these years later, we enjoy the fruits of his labour. Look, if you're going to go into the arts, you're going to suffer.
Yeah,
I was in the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam only a week ago.
Oh, sure you were.
And it was the misery that created the brilliance.
Yeah.
You know, some of the best stuff was when he was in the loony bin and then he chopped his ear off, and that's when he did his best stuff.
Well,
if he was getting free cash, you wouldn't have done that.
He wasn't. He had a
Yeah, you would have.
Exactly. That's what created. That was the great.
No, I agree.
It's very funny. When I'm talking to Kai, I feel I'm talking to Van Gogh's left ear. I'll be honest.
All right. Look,
you've got him back.
Speaking of mental patients, up next.
I'm here fighting for public education for my children. They deserve so much better than what they're getting right now.
It's the last batch of our triggered tantrums. I might have a tantrum on this. Anyway, don't go anywhere.
Join me, Nana Akweer, for an informative, interactive news programme with a difference. It's fun.
No, you didn't say that, Dave.
I'm so surprised.
I think there's an element of truth to that.
Join me from 3 p.m. every weekend, only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
No matter the state it's in, this is our nation. Join me, Jacob Rees-Mogg, for a genuine, honest discussion on where we have been, where we are going, and where we are with the people who set the direction. Tune in to State of the Nation every Monday to Thursday, 8 to 9 o'clock, only on GB News.
You want to know what's really going on in the corridors of power? Labour don't know what to do with you half the time, and that makes you quite lethal in the chamber. Get behind the headlines with Chopper's political podcast. Join me, Christopher Hope, as I sit down with the great and the good of British politics. We'll see where this ruling takes us. These are the stories shaping our nation. Chopper's political podcast, available now on all platforms. Listen in and stay ahead.
Westminster, the ultimate clique.
And you're fighting like rats in a sack.
But here on the Camilla Tominey Show, we ask the questions the establishment media is too scared to ask.
OK, let me ask you a straight question, because I know you're a straight-talking politician.
Whether it's net zero, illegal immigration or law and order, nothing is off limits.
You had the power then.
Yeah, as I
and
say,
now you've lost it.
That's the Camilla Tominey Show, a politics show that's fearless.
But no, let me finish my question if you don't mind, because it is my show.
Sundays at 9:30, only on GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Exciting news. Every Friday, my Patrick Christie's Tonight Show is going to have a twist to it. We're welcoming some special guests. You. That's right, on Fridays, I'm going to be doing my show in front of a live studio audience because this show is about you and what you have to say. It's going to be the same big debates, same big topics, same big opinions. But every Friday night at 9 p.m, you are invited to come on down to Patrick Christie's Tonight to be a part of the action. Only on GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Britain was once the envy of the world. But look around. A nation that no longer knows what it is or where it's going. A country that's broken. How do we fix Britain? How do we bring it back? Friday night with Matt Goodwin at 8 p.m, only on GB News.
In the GB Newsroom, we bring you the news as it happens.
With our team of dedicated journalists across the UK,
we're ready to keep you up to date with what's happening every half an hour, every single day. Bulletins here on GB News,
the People's Channel,
Britain's news channel.
Yes, welcome back to the Saturday 5 Extra. Thank you so much for spending your Saturday night with us. And you'll be glad to hear that it's now time to reveal the last batch of our triggered tantrums. Cressida's going up. What have you got for us, Cressida?
I've got a lady who's I assume she's a lady, I don't know that, who's very concerned about education and is protesting about it.
I'm here fighting for public education for my children. They deserve so much better than what they're getting right now. They need smaller classes. My kids are neurodivergent, so they deserve extra attention through their schooling, and they're not getting what they need. So we're here fighting for that.
Want to hold up your sign and explain what it means?
Yeah, sure. So I grew up in the church. I'm no longer within the church, and I found out that Smith is still in the church. So I contacted my scary little friend, and he said that he was willing to give her my seat instead. So hopefully she'll accept that.
I'm just trying to read what it says on that placard.
Call me a closed-minded bigot, but I don't think that woman looks like somebody I would want getting involved in childcare at all.
No.
Education.
No, kids love a bit of fancy dress, do they not? I mean, how is this different to World Book Day?
In a few key ways, Kai, but I don't want to waste the audience's
time. Hang on. You're an Aussie. You don't know what World Book Day is in the UK. We dress up as our favourite fictional characters from books. Who did you dress up as?
You do realise the term World Book Day indicates that it is a global event.
Oh.
It's very true.
I almost swore there. You are right. You are right. I'm not the brightest of lights.
No one's going to take her seriously, look like that. You know, no one's going to listen to her. It's frightening.
Yeah. Trey, isn't this... There's a serious point here, isn't there? Is that on the left... No, there is, right? Is that lots of the left sort of wing activists that we see in these trigger tantrums every week, they don't actually further their cause, do they, by looking and sounding so ridiculous?
Yeah, it's like what I said earlier. I think a lot of this swing towards the right is actually because of this sort of stuff where people just think, I can't subscribe to this. Yep. And then the right actually sounds far more sensible in comparison to this. And it's a shame, really, because some of what they say, there is sense to it, but it's the way in which it's done.
And this show is a microcosm example of that. I am the psyop plant making the left look stupid, isn't it? No, Trey, you've got something else for us. What do you have?
I've just got a light-hearted AI-related rant, and this is a student who's in a class using AI, I guess, to actually make his note-taking way more efficient, but his teacher doesn't think so. Let's take a look.
What is on your lap? What is on your laptop? What are you using to record me?
It's just an AI tool. It's Minecraft.
Did you say AI?
Yeah, it pulls notes from your lecture. I can get a summary of what you're saying. I can get flashcards.
That is completely cheating. You are cheating. You're recording me. You are using AI, and you're cheating.
How is that cheating?
That is not okay in this classroom.
I'm getting notes from it.
Don't ever do that. How are you defending what you're doing? You're not going to learn anything in this classroom.
It's helping my
This is absolutely cheating. Just stop.
Goodness me.
I absolutely love that. I can only imagine my Nigerian dad being the same. What are you doing? I mean, it's a simple case of generational difference, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's vintage Karen behaviour. That's fantastic.
I thought it was tough. I was brought up with nuns, can you believe? And that...
No, I can't.
I was.
No, I believe that.
Yeah.
But no, we speak about this a lot, don't we, Trey? We disagree on how people are using AI these days. Do you think people should be using it for basic tasks, basic thinking?
100%. What he was doing in many ways is what I do when I'm on a Zoom. What it does is it takes everything that's said and it collates it and puts it in different categories. I think is actually a very efficient use of AI. And I think when AI is used like that, it's almost like a modern-day calculator, isn't it? Why would you not use it? It's going to further enhance what you're there for, which is to learn and to, make yourself better. I think AI is a tool.
We used to call that critical thinking. And
yes, indeed.
And I'm very worried for the future generations that no longer have to do that.
They won't have to think anymore. They have to worry of it.
Look, speaking of critical thinking, mine is you will have seen the argument that erupted recently when Reform councillors got together on a Zoom. Let's take a quick look.
Now, because I'm not a dictator or an autocrat, I like feedback. I like to discuss. I like to hear what everybody thinks. However, when it comes to making the really big decisions, and I'm afraid LGR is one of those really big decisions, sometimes I will make a decision that might not be liked by everybody in the group. But I'm afraid you're just going to have to suck it up, okay? Because I am the democratically elected leader.
Yes, you know what? I think it's Lyndon Kempcred, isn't it, from Kent County Council there, from Reform, just telling her councillors what's what. Lizzie, you seem like the kind of person who can put people in their place. What do you make of it?
Of course. Look, we're all going to have, disagreements. It's about conversations. She wasn't happy. I like it because she's honest, she's open, she says what she thinks. It happens everywhere. That's honest.
That's a leader. Like if Keir Starmer, for example, in the benefits fiasco earlier in the year, said to his backbench, you know what, this is the policy, it's good for the country, we're doing it, get in line, then maybe we would be in a better position.
I reckon.
Do you know what? Honestly, guys, this is what I really think.
I think we're going to have to leave it there. It has been a lively show. Thank you all and the audience for joining in the fun tonight. Who do you have next? I wonder. It is indeed Alex Armstrong. Alex, what do you have for us?
Thank you, Kai. Well, a chilling news statement from the police shows they are opening 9,000 closed cases because of suspected grooming gangs. That's just come after a week after Sadiq Khan has been accused, of course, of covering things up. We've got the Prime Minister visiting a mosque. We've got the migrant manhunt madness. All of that's coming up on the show just after the weather.
Expect warm spells with the odd rude interruption. Box Boilers sponsors the weather on GB News.
Hello there, welcome to your latest GB News weather forecast. It's been chilly for many of us today, a cold northerly wind, and it generally stays that way tonight. And then we see cloud and rain moving in from the northwest through tomorrow. Looking at the bigger picture, low pressure sat to our east, high pressure to our west, a northerly flow bringing frequent showers to many of us. This evening, we can see them pushing southwards across England and Wales, clearing skies, though, behind it. So it turns quite chilly across central and northern parts of the UK overnight. But blustery around the coasts with further showers. Temperatures here 4 or 5 Celsius, but are getting close to freezing in the countryside across northern England, southern Scotland, where the winds will be lightest. But it does mean a bright start, particularly across England and Wales first thing. But Scotland seeing the cloud move in as the weather system approaches in the west. Outbreaks of patchy rain. Showers still on a brisk northerly flow down the eastern side of Scotland. Clouding over across Northern Ireland. Sunday morning, rain arriving here. Showers still for western parts of Wales and England. But central and eastern parts of England are chilly but sunny start to the day. Any frost patches soon clearing. And then slowly through the morning, we'll see the cloud and rain push its way slowly southeastwards, introducing the rain into the Midlands by lunchtime. Southeast England holding on to the sunshine for longest, but clouding over here through the afternoon and patchy rain arriving later. The wind still coming in from the northwest, so fairly chilly day. Temperatures 9 to 12 Celsius for most of us. And with the lack of sunshine, it will be fairly chilly. That pushes away as we go into Monday, and then showers follow. So a showery day on Monday. The wind's still coming in from a northwesterly direction. Further outbreaks of rain likely across western areas, but in between there will be some sunny spells trying to develop and temperatures a little higher. And it stays mixed through next week with further rain and showers at times. Temperatures near average.
Expect warm spells with the odd rude interruption. Box Boiler sponsors the weather on GB News.
It's the final week to see how you can become our biggest winner this year. First, you could be driving away with this brand new Benamar Primera motorhome. This luxury vehicle comfortably sleeps four, has its own fitted kitchen and bathroom areas, and comes complete with fitted awning and bicycle rack. And that's not all, as we'll also give you a whopping £30,000 in tax-free cash to spend however you like. For another chance to win, text WIN to 63225. One entry costs £2.50 plus one standard network rate message. Or text BONUS to 63225. 5 entries cost £5 plus one standard network rate message. Go to gbnews.com/win. Entries start at £2.50. Call 0903 686 3232. Calls cost £2.50 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and number to GB16 PO Box 8690 Derby DE1 9TT. UK only. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 4 p.m. on the 31st of October. Please check the closing time if listening or watching on demand.
Westminster's full of talk, but out here, it's the real world.
Am I allowed to talk
No,
now?
that's it. This is where it matters, real people and real lives. That's what politics is all about.
In fact, has Trump made a good start? No.
Straight answers, no spin, and just a couple of pints.
How many fingers have I got up? About 10.
So join me for Lee Anderson's Real World every Friday at 7 p.m. only on GB News. The People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Decisions made in Washington aren't just shaping America, they're shaping Britain too. From migration to global security, from crime to health. Whatever happens in the White House today
will be felt in your town or city tomorrow.
That's why The Late Show is live from Washington, D.C.
Cutting through the politics to show you what it all means for Britain.
The Late Show Live.